Hi, this is Cindy, and several of you requested tips on how to improve your handwriting when using the GoodNotes app as well as the Procreate app. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about ways to improve your handwriting in the GoodNotes app, and then I'm also going to be recording one for Procreate. I've already uploaded my practice sheet into the GoodNotes app on my iPad. If you need help uploading the practice sheet, we have a separate video about uploading things into the GoodNotes app on the blog, so you can check that out. So you can see here on this practice sheet, it just mostly looks at the top like lines and circles and half circles. These are really all the lines and curves that it takes to write letters and numbers. So the more you practice these, the better your handwriting will get. I know it sounds odd, but it's true. I taught lettering classes for probably 20 years, and that's how we always started out. I'm not going to be delving into the GoodNotes app that much because I've covered a few things in previous videos, but if you're new to GoodNotes, you can see the little pen tool in the top middle of your iPad screen, and you can just tap on that and you can choose a color. I'm just going to go ahead and keep black. You can change the size with the slider. If you hit presets, then there's some preset colors that are available, and then you can add your own. You can also change the size, the thickness of the line just by clicking on these preset sizes. I'm using the ballpoint pen. If you click on the gear and then it says pen style and you tap on that, then there's also the fountain pen, and you can I can't really tell the difference that much between the two, so you might want to play, like maybe do the practice sheet in one of the pens and then make a duplicate of the practice sheet and try the other one, and then maybe that'll show you the difference in which one you like better. So just let's get out of here. GoodNotes doesn't have layers, so you're basically just writing on top of the worksheet, but that's okay. It's easy to delete everything, or you can just upload your practice sheet and then make a duplicate and keep the original, and then just keep making duplicates. But let's just continue on, and then I'll show you how you can easily just delete everything. Okay, so let me test out the size. That's a little bit small. Okay, and to undo, you can see you've got these little half circle arrows over on the top right. That's how you undo, if you don't know. Okay, so let's make this a bit bigger. Let's just see what 5.2 is. Yeah, I think that's probably pretty good. Okay. Now the other thing about GoodNotes is it's just, you can enlarge and reduce, but you can't rotate. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with our practice sheet. So basically, you're just going to go ahead and follow along the best that you can over the top of your lines. And you can just continue on. They don't have to be perfect. It's just basically practicing the lines and curves that you make in your handwriting. And one thing to remember about writing as opposed to lettering, handwriting, you're using the more, what I like to call the academic part of your brain. And when you do lettering, you're using the artistic side of your brain. So it's very different. I have very messy and bad handwriting, but I can do lettering. So it's just one of those things where lettering is art and handwriting is not. So once you understand that, that's really helpful. Okay, so now let's go to the curves here. And I'm not really too concerned with staying inside the lines right now. I'm just practicing the strokes. And one thing about GoodNotes as opposed to Procreate is that the lines are never going to be perfectly smooth, because it's not meant to be a graphics or image program. It does pretty good, but Procreate, you'll be able to get the lines much smoother. But for digital planning, this will be fine. And the more you practice, the better you'll get. So you can really tell on these how they're not smooth. Let's go grab that fountain pen and see what happens there. Still not that smooth either. Like I said, I'm not seeing a whole huge difference between the two, but again, just practice with both of them. See which one you like best. So we could do this all day. Basically, you're just practicing all these strokes. And again, one of the biggest things to remember about handwriting and lettering is practice, practice, practice. And one of the things, especially with lettering, is that if you don't use it, you'll lose it. So if you practice lettering and you get pretty good at it, and then you go months and months without doing it, you will lose it. You'll have to kind of start over again. So I know it's not always feasible to practice every day, but I try to practice doing some sort of lettering or something every day if I can, or at least every other day. Okay, so once you've done the practice of the lines and shapes, basically, then you're going to go on to actually making the letters. And what I've done is I've broken the letters down into the shapes and the lines, basically, that we use when we actually create the letters. And this is something we don't really think about when we're writing our letters. So with an A, it's first a line, and you want to just go right over the top of the practice letter and then do another one right next to it. I left space so you could practice it twice. Okay, then it's a line and then another line. Go ahead and do that in your practice space. Then we've got a line and then a line across. And I haven't been working in GoodNotes much lately, so you can tell my letters are very wobbly. Again, I feel like if I'm not doing it every day or every few days, my handwriting gets bad again. So the more I work, make notes, jot things in my digital planner in GoodNotes, the better my handwriting looks. Okay, so then the B is just a line, create another line, a line, and then a half circle. Let's practice that again. And then we have a line, a half circle, and a half circle. Practice that again. And then the C, C is just easy. So basically, that's what you're going to do. You're going to go through the alphabet until you're done. And I've just done the uppercase for now. I'll work on a worksheet for the lowercase. But you can see, I'll just show you. Like for an A, a lowercase a, you would do, you do a half circle, or a C, and a line. Oh, that's not looking very good, but you get the idea. So a C and a line. There you go. Again, I'll do a lowercase worksheet for you. I just wanted to show you that the lines and half circles and circles create the whole alphabet in upper and lowercase, and numbers too. Okay, so say you're done with your practice sheet. Now, I'm not one to want to keep each of my practice sheets. I mean, maybe you would want to take or make a duplicate of the practice sheet and then do the practice sheet the first time and then save your first copy so that you can see how you improve as you go along. That might be kind of fun. Okay, so say you practiced and you want to get rid of it. So you're just going to get that lasso tool, just tap on it up in the middle top of your screen, and then you just take that lasso tool and just draw around everything that you wrote. Click or tap in the middle of that selection and then say cut or delete. And there you go. That's one thing I really love about GoodNotes is it's so easy to delete everything. We may not have layers, but we really don't need them. Okay, so there's also an eraser, but I really just rarely use it. I think that's if you like wrote some things, blah, 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 and you wanted to just get rid of something in the middle, but I rarely use that. And like I said, the more you practice, the better you'll get. You could also practice things like this, like for cursive. Eventually I'll make a worksheet for cursive too. I hope that was helpful, and just remember to practice, 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 and you'll see an improvement in your handwriting. See you next time.